The Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Arizona for Super Bowl 57, and today we have some interesting news you do not want to miss out on. What is going on, everyone? Welcome into A to Z Philly, your number one home for Eagles coverage. Hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy this content. Subscribe by hitting that red button down below and hit that bell so you do not miss any of the coverage this coming week for Super Bowl 57. Eagles, Chiefs, gearing up. I cannot wait for this. RB back, bringing you the latest from the link today. And I mean, just being honest, this is still all the dream. It feels like a dream. The Eagles are in the freaking Super Bowl again. I am pumped up. They traveled today to Arizona. Obviously, they'll have media day and all their Super Bowl practices. We'll be covering all that here. But today we have to dive in to a few things that really, started to stir the pot before the Eagles even left. There's been a lot of news this week, but we must start with the dingus himself, Chris Sims. I tried to tell you guys. I tried to tell you right here on this show that Chris Sims was a fraud. And I don't throw that term around lightly, but this guy for months, years even, weeks, and just continually tried to stand on that high horse saying that Jalen Hurts, was not a quality quarterback, was not a quarterback that could go out and lead a team, wasn't even he was a running back, right? He was a running back, Chris Sims said. Chris Sims said that he wasn't a top 40 quarterback, and even when he went out and whooped the Giants' ass, he said, I would still take Daniel Jones. Well, let me tell you something. Chris Sims has finally come to the end of his journey and said, you know what? I have no other way that I can try to spin this. I have no other way that I can try to dance around it anymore because the guy's in the freaking Super Bowl in his second year as a starter. And here is what Chris Sims had to say live on national television.
Hey, I was wrong. Yeah, I, questioned how good he was. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback in football, what he's doing. He's one of the greatest leaders in the sport. You could tell even right there. It doesn't even seem like he's happy he won the NFC Championship game. He seems like he's still, like chippy and like, I'm going to prove you wrong, still more there to it. I love that about him. I do. And again, he's done a great job as far as leading the team, making big plays.
Oh, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, bro. Really? Really? This is the Chris Sims I said, he's a system quarterback. Now he's leading his team to the promised land. You see how nervous he looked? He looked like he was reading off a damn script. He looked like he was reading off a damn script. The one that the producers probably give him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where was I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, I questioned his leadership. No. Not only were you wrong, you went out there and you continually beat it down to a crisp, and you knew you were wrong. You knew you were wrong the first time, the second time, the third time. Give this man his respect. You went out on a limb that you should not have gone out on. You went over the edge, Chris Sims, and for that, you should be revoked of your credentials. But anyway, that's not my job to decide. Anyway, Jalen Hurts is finally winning over some of these extreme haters, and it is good to see. Speaking of extreme haters, let's go down the line. Julian Love, a player for the New York Giants who once again got his ass whooped on national TV. The Giants were the hot team, right? They were the good story team. They were the Bengals, apparently, of last year. Well, guess what? Their journey got cut short because of the Philadelphia Eagles just overpowering them and just completely wrecking them down like I said they would here on this show. And, of course, that's still not good enough. Now people are stirring around the idea that the Eagles had the easiest journey to the Super Bowl. Yet I showed you the stat the other day. The Eagles are actually third all-time in a season against winning teams and going to the Super Bowl, 10-1 against winning teams. So what are we talking about here? Everybody hates Philadelphia. They don't want to give any credit. And the worst guy possible is a guy that got beat by this Eagles team just a couple weeks ago. He's throwing shots at Nick Sirianni. He says that, quote, he's in for a free ride. Essentially, he went on to say that Nick Sirianni isn't doing anything for this team at all. The guy who's a head coach, and 2 years ago from the day that this was put out, Nick Sirianni was getting ripped by fans in an opening press conference. 2 years later, he's on this pedestal on potentially, the verge of making history. And this guy says that anybody could coach the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll tell you what it is. It's being scared and jealous at the same time. Scared that you might not ever get to this moment. Jealous that you don't have this guy as a coach. You don't have this roster. You don't have these teammates. You're not playing. And Brandon Graham put it perfectly when he was asked in the press conference yesterday for Eagles Media Day. He says, quote, "People always got something to say when they're watching from home." Exactly. So shut your mouth. Speaking of Brandon Graham, there he is, all dripped out, ready to go for the Super Bowl, man. I definitely need to cop some of that gear. It looks fire. Another one, by the way, 49ers linebacker Fred Warner's wife said that she'll never come to the link and the fans were so mean, this, and that. Everybody just has it out for Philadelphia. But hey, we're all used to it at this point, right? Speaking of the Super Bowl, I need to tell you all how you can win this coming game. This next weekend, obviously it's the Pro Bowl, but the Super Bowl coming up. I need to tell you how you can win big with our sponsor here of today's show. Shout out to BetMGM. You can turn your loss into a win right now with an exclusive offer from BetMGM. All you need to do is download their app, sign up for an account, and use promo code ATOZPA. Place a one-game parlay on the Super Bowl with at least 4 legs, and if 3 of those legs hit, you can get your bet back free up to $25. So if you go place a 4-leg parlay, you hit all 3 of the legs and you do not hit the last one, you will get your bet back as a free bet up to $25. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. New and existing customer offer. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, so the Eagles are traveling to Arizona, but yesterday they had Eagles Media Day. A couple things I wanted to run through. Obviously, this coming week, we'll break it down more in depth, right? We'll look at the keys of the game. We'll look at who's healthy and who's ready to go and all that stuff. But Jalen Hurts was asked about his best play of the season. And what did he say? One of the most classic, just coolest answers I've heard. He says, "Season's not over yet." Season's not over yet. That means he's about to go out there in the Super Bowl and ball out. He's going to make a couple big, flashy highlight plays. I could see a bomb early in the game. How about a 53-yarder to A.J. Brown? Why not? Why not? Jalen Hurts is the perfect quarterback to have in this game because he's so calm, cool, and collected. I was back watching the intro to the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl the other day, and just seeing Nick Foles' face, he just knew there was a higher presence for Nick Foles that had taken over his body, obviously with his play, because what he was able to do on the field was absolutely absurd. But you could just see it in his face, right? Nick's that kind of guy. He's cool. He knows that things will happen because they're supposed to happen a certain way. And Jalen's the same exact way. You know, he was asked after the last game about this journey and about getting here. And he said, you know what? It's just everybody doubted me, but I knew I was supposed to be the guy. I knew I was supposed to be here. Even if people didn't like me when I got drafted here, I knew I was supposed to be here. And he's just confident. He's ready to go. It's good to see from a young quarterback. And he was asked if he had taken a moment to reflect on his journey. And he says, quote, "There's no time to reflect because I'm not done yet." I don't know how much better it could get than this. I mean, Eagles fans deserve a player like this. This is Philly. He embodies that mentality. He represents it, the hard work, the dedication, not finishing until the job is done. And he's stone cold, man. He's ready to go. There was a video clip of him going up to Devontae Smith. We kind of talked about this last video, but now we actually got to see it. He goes up to Devontae after that last performance. Obviously, the Eagles were blowing out the Niners, and he just says, "I effing told you we were going to get here. We are here. We are here. We're leading." And it's just great to see the leadership quality continue to grow from Jalen Hurts. There was a pregame video of him pumping up the guys. He's, asking everybody, how do you want to be remembered, right? How do you want this team to go up in the rafters, right? So, Jalen Hurts is he's stone cold, man. I love it. I love it. And little injury update today. Obviously, like I said, we'll have more next week, but Avonte Maddox in a practice boot today. So he was walking around the sideline and he was not practicing or playing. That does not look like a good sign. I know it's only practice, but he was good last week. He was playing. He might have re-aggravated it. Who knows? I think the Eagles can do without Avonte Maddox, but he is a key part of that secondary. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, McCole Hardman did not practice at all and is listed as doubtful. So that could be a guy to look at. Maybe he might not be suiting up. So definitely a loss for the Chiefs if he's not able to go. Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney, and L'Jarius Sneed also did not practice and are questionable. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll wait and see how it goes. Jason Kelce was asked who has the most stress and emotion with him facing Travis in the Super Bowl. He says his parents. There's more stress for those watching. The ones playing will have control over what is happening. And then Jason Kelce was also asked about potentially retiring. Is this his last game? I mean, so many legendary moments. Just obviously the maybe the best speech of all time. And he just continues to change the game, and he continues to kind of, move that stick in terms of, oh, you're too small. Oh, you're not fast enough. And he just continues to prove all of it wrong. And if this is indeed Kelce's last game, man, what a freaking legend. I hope this guy never goes away from Philadelphia in any capacity. He is Philadelphia. He gets it. And this is going to be a special moment for him and his family and this game. And he might be one of the reasons the Eagles win this, right? The offensive line needs to hold up. They need to give Jalen Hurts that good pass protection, and they need to open up holes. Kelce's one of the best, if not the best in the game doing it. Take time, appreciate it, remember all of the good things, and get yourself amped up because these boys are about to go out there. There's just a different level of confidence. It doesn't look like 2017 where, you're on a journey run and obviously that team was good, but, losing the quarterback and all, you didn't know what to expect going into this game. This Eagles team knows they are dominant. They are the more dominant team, and they're ready to go out there and get the job done and make history. So we'll see how it all goes, but appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.